Stand up, New York Mets fans. Put this up here. Game 3 of 4 between the New York Mets and the San Francisco Giants. Lineups are as follows. For the Mets, they'll lead off with Brandon Nimmo, one of the highest hitters in the league right now. Starling Marte bats second. Francisco Lindor at third. Will bat third at center, right, and shortstop, respectively. Marte coming back from neck stiffness. P. Alonso in the cleanup spot at first base. Jeff McNeil bats second at second base. Mark Canha in left field. He'll bat sixth. Daniel Vogelbach DHing, batting seventh. Brett Beatty in the hot corner, batting eighth. Tomas Nido batting ninth in the catcher spot. Pitching, David Peterson against Logan Webb. For the Giants, they'll have Dario Estrada lead off, then Darren Ruff second, the DH. Michael Conforto at third base. Batting third in right field. Batting in first, batting cleanup and playing first base, Wilmer Flores. Jonathan Villar at third base. Brandon Crawford at short. Joey Bart behind the plate, batting seventh. Hila Ramos in center. He'll bat eighth. And Lamonte Wade Jr. batting ninth in left. Probably with Gabe, but I don't know if I'm going to do it or he's going to do it. If we're going to be on his channel or mine. Mets had to fit Kodai Senga's 5-inning syndrome on Thursday, where Senga couldn't get out of the fifth, barely got out of the fifth inning, nearly coughing up the lead in 1-9-4, and then Joey Lucchesi shut out. He ended up shutting out the Giants last night, 7-0 on a 4-hitter. Fuck Atlanta. If it weren't for the amount of thunderstorms I'm getting hit with today, this would be coming in a lot more clear. This is game 22 for the Mets, game 20 for San Francisco. Mets in their traditional road grays with blue knee with orange outline, blue caps with orange NYs. Giants in their traditional white home unis, black trim, orange striping, and the black caps with the orange SF. Let's go to Joe Davis and Eric Karros on the call. And the bullpen to a lesser extent. Brandon Nimmo, 1 home run, 6 RBIs in this road trip. Pete Alonso on a 5.14 batting average. Pete Alonso, 4 homers, 11 RBIs on this road trip through the first eight games, where the Mets are 7-1. (14-7). Last year, 32 starts, 15 wins, and a 2.90 ERA for Logan Webb. First pitch when we come back. Interesting, San Francisco's not playing Mike Yastrzemski today. Depends on where you live, dumbasses. But to be safe, Already went through that. Yeah, 0-4 and a near 5 ERA for Webb. 41% of his pitches are the sinker, 29 for the changeup, 26 the slider, and 4 on the four seamer. He'll face Nimmo to start the game. First pitch underway. Over the plate, strike one. That's fouled off to the left. 0-2 on the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball. Estrada's got it, and he throws Nimmo out. Or was that Crawford? Excuse me. I thought it'll be Bill Meyer, Rod Drake, Roberto Ortiz, and Chad Whitson, the umpire crew today. Meyer at third base being the crew chief. Here's Starling Marte coming back from next source. Ordinance 222 batting average, 1 homer, 5 RBI, 662 OPS. Not a good start for this guy. Not a good start for Marte out of the chute. But dealing with neck soreness, it's kept him in and out of the lineup. You're not shocked. Ball one. 1-0, in and out of the glove. Ball two. Fair ball, throw, and he's out. Big stop by Johnny VR to keep Marte off the bases. That was a fair ball. Just snatched it before it got by him. Slid, fired from his knees, and got him. Lindor will take ball one, or is that a strike? Lindor on this trip has gotten 3 homers, including a couple of gotten 2 or 3 homers, including Grand Slam. He's got a slew of RBIs to compensate. That one's fouled off. 1-1. But he's only batting 231, 1 regardless. Giants defense, third most in errors this year with 14 so far. It's clocked out of 2. Lindor lines one. Flores grabs it, runs to the bag, and gets the out. So the Mets go down quietly to start the game. Giants and Estrada, Ruff, and Conforto to the mound near the plate to face David Peterson. Well, VR was a former Met as well. Granted, he was a 2021 Met. David Peterson not having a good start this year. 1 and 2 in his 4 starts, 6.10 ERA, and 20 and third innings work. Opposition's gotten 5 homers off him and 313 batting average. First pitch was Strada outside, ball 1. 28% four-seamer, 25% slider, 23 change, 18 on the two-seam, 5 on the curve. And again, he goes outside, ball 2. Granted, Peterson didn't get the decision in that game. Strike 1 on 1 over the plate. Throw. Pulls Alonso off the bag. It's a base hit. And even if McNeil did get there faster, get there a little sooner, it would have been beaten out for a hit anyway. Would have been better just to stick that one in the pocket. Either way, leadoff hit for the Giants. Here's Darren Ruff. Ball 1. After a shit stint with the Mets last year at the deadline, a dumb trade by Billy Epler, who was too chicken to pull the trigger on the pieces we did need last year, some of which we did get this year. Strike 1. Ball 2 on 1 low in the dirt. Yeah, Ruff has been more of a West Coast style hitter than he is an East one. 2-1 pitch on the way. Strike 2. Neo set that one up perfectly. When's Omar Narvaez come back? Sit down! Strike 3. God, I've been waiting months to say that. Low and in the dirt, and Ruff chased after it. Here's another former Met, Michael Conforto. Swing and a miss, strike 1. He spent 6.5 seasons with the Mets. His best year, 2019, 2017 All-Star, 132 homers, 396 RBIs as a Met. He went to free agency last year. A shoulder issue that's bugged him since August of 2017, when he was having, at the time, one of his best seasons until that shoulder derailed him. Granted, it was the only bright spot the Mets had that year. Or one of the only bright spots. Ball 1. Ball 2. Ground ball through the hole, base hit in the center. Estrada taken for third, and he'll get it easily. Runners on first and third, and one out. McNeil is just not in the right set position to try to cut that off and get a double play ball. Here comes Wilmer Flores, another former New York Met who was with the team up until 2019, and then he left in the during the offseason. Ball one. Peterson's a rack right out of the box. Or rather, was part of the team until 2000, from 2013 until 2018, and then he joined with Arizona in 2019 before getting shipped out to San Francisco either 3 years ago or two or 3 years ago. Ball two. And for Wilmer, a sac fly would be. That's hit hard, but it's going to go foul down the left field line. But it's going to hook foul, 2-1. Ex-Mets this year, J.D. Davis, Wilmer Flores, Michael Conforto, Darren Ruff. Collectively between them, 10 home runs, 29 RBIs. All three. And it's ball four. Wilmer's on and the bags are loaded. Peterson in trouble right out of the box. Right out of the blocks. And again, I think this is because of a stingy ass umpire. In his second year as the Met manager, Buck is 115 and 68. He was last year's National League Manager of the Year. Strike one. The batter is Dave. Oh, it's David VR. I thought this was Jonathan VR. Never mind. Can't believe for getting them mixed up. Low in the dirt, ball one. Peterson has got to start figuring out where he needs to hit this. Career with the bases loaded, even though he's only had 5 at bats. 2 out of 5 with a salami for David VR, which is one of his 3 homers, and makes up close to half of the RBIs he's made. That's driven us right center. Nimmo with the catch, but Estrada will tag up, and it's going to be, and that's going to get the Giants on the board 1-0. That saved a couple of runs. That saved at least 2 from getting home. But it didn't stop. That saved at least 2 runs from coming home. Saved an extra run from getting home. San Francisco will have to sell for 1 on that, and it's 1-0 Giants. And it's their first run in 13 innings. In over 13 and 2/3 innings, dating back to 12 and 2/3. 13 innings or so. I lost count. Maybe 14, since they scored back in the first game of the series on Thursday, where they got 4 off Kodai Senga. Here's Brandon Crawford. 0-1 on the first pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1. One New York team lost today, the Brooklyn Nets, and they're now out of the running. Philadelphia move on to round 2 to face either Boston or Atlanta. Ball 2 in the NBA playoffs. Crawford, 1,576 games with his current team, 4th most of the active players. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Of course, he was part of all three world title teams for the Giants in the 20 from 2010 to 2014. Here's the 2-2. All three. That was a bullshit call. Runners on first and second, 2 out. Here comes the payoff pitch. Crawford drives it to right. That's heading for the cove. Into the drink and gone. Or as the Giants announcer would say, it is out of here. Into McCovey Cove, 4-0 San Francisco, right out of the box because Peterson has lost his edge. Gave him a cookie. I'm not going to lie about that. Gave the bastard a cookie. And for the Met pitching, worse in terms of how many homers they've allowed. That was their 31st of the year in just 20 games, and Joey Bart faces a 2-0 count. Because Peterson is too tunnel vision to try and focus on where he wants to aim it. Strike one. That's popped up and going foul, 2-2. It's a grounder to Beatty. He's going to fire it to first, and the Mets finally get out of the inning, but damage severely done. 4 runs, 3 hits, a walk, and nobody stranded. 1 inning complete, 4-0 San Francisco. Second inning, and Here's Pete Alonso, who takes strike one. He leads the MLB with 10 homers. He's got 23 RBIs on a 293 batting average. Ball one as that one comes in on him. Ball two. Stares at that one, 2-2. Doesn't pull the trigger on it. He could have swung at it if he wanted. Alonso hits one off the end of the bat to center. It's playable, though, and it's caught. Caught by Ramos. One down. Here's McNeil. Strike one as he stared at it. Ball one. National batting champ last year, but he hasn't had that much luck. He's at 288 at the moment. Strike two. Tell me about it, Raph. This should have been put in a noose years ago, or at least in a straitjacket. Did he go? No, he did not. Ball two. Didn't go again. Full count. Well, there's strike three, even though you get swing and a miss. Webb gets the call he should have gotten that many would say he should have gotten the last pitch on this pitch, as he just screwed over McNeil on that one. Jeff swung over it. Two down. Here's Canna, who hasn't had that, who's been pretty bad this year. 214 batting average, 2 homers, 7 RBI, 703 OPS. Coming into this one. Nearly gets hit again, 1-1. Ball two. Canna just stared at that one, 2-2. Ball three. Payoff, and he gets walked. So the Mets will have their first base runner of the day. Ball go backstairs at the first pitch, strike one. 235 batting average, one homer, 7 RBIs for Volge. He just stares at the second pitch, 0-2. When are you going to commit to the swing, Volge? Ball one. Two. Bullback chops that one foul into the Met dugout, off the fencing of the Met dugout. Still alive, 2-2. That's low, ball three. It's another full count for Logan Webb. Question is, do you let Bogey go, or do you just let him stare at it? Beatty waits on deck, and he hasn't had much since he was called up. But again, you could say the same with Francisco Alvarez. But again, that's because Omar Narvaez, in the latter's case, Omar Narvaez is on the shelf. Bogey drives it to right, and that ball is missed. Canada will come home. It's an RBI double for Vogelbach, and the Mets get on the board. Went into triples alley, but in Bogey's case, it's doubles alley. Conforto just had a beat on it, but he missed it by a few inches. It's no wonder triples alley is a pain in the ass with Oracle Park. Here's Brett Beatty. Regardless, RBI double for Vogelbach. That's his 8th of the year. Ball one. That's fouled off. 1-1. Ball two, and now Webb is starting to screw it up. Strike two. And he just stared at it. Mets at least get 1 run back on a hit, but through an inning and a half, they still trail 4-1. Yes, folks, I know I missed an opportunity to do the game against the Dodgers on Wednesday, but my computer was acting a little fucky, i.e., it started having this habit where Safari will have a glitch where periodically it won't show video content. Fouled off by Heliot Ramos, who's starting in center. Ball one as Pearson bounces that one into the dirt. Pearson off to a rough start in San Francisco today here in the second. That's hit down the right field line, but it hooks foul. All the players on the injured list: Alex Wood, Jock Frierson, Slater. 2-2 on the count. It's a right field, and that ball is going to go off the wall. Nimmo will have to play it on the hop. Ramos is on with a leadoff double. This is why I don't like David Peterson this year. The guy's lost his edge midway through last year. For one reason or another, he just doesn't have his rhythm and to start the year off. He just doesn't. Here's Lamont Wade Jr. He's going to lay down a bunt. And because Alonso wasn't in place, it's going to be a sacrifice and an error. 5-1 San Francisco. Hold it. This is being called back. Never mind. And San Francisco gets that run right back on a bullshit decision by Peterson. Oh, sorry, it's runners on the corners, nobody out. Damn it, make up your mind, game. Is it runners on runner on second? Okay, so it was a foul ball he bunted off. So 1-2. Sit down. God damn it, this was confusing. That one's fouled off. So no run for San Francisco. My bad. Estrada's up. He got an infield hit the first time up. Ball one. Fouled off. 1-2. Fouled off. Jam shot. Over the head. That's going to score the run. Or not. Didn't get too far away from Nimmo. Ramos had to hold up and stop at third with a single. Stop on third. Ball one. Runner takes off. Throw to second. Got him. He picked off. Off on ball two. Through the rough. Oh, wait. This actually could come back. That looks like McNeil didn't get Estrada upon second look. That didn't even look like it touched Estrada. And even if it did, it looks like it was a graze, but I couldn't really see. If he did get him, he got him in the arm. Nope, he didn't get him. This is getting reversed. Or Estrada is safe. That call's being overturned. He's safe. On for review. Call on the field is overturned. Runner is safe. I hate when these umps take so damn long. I mean, from the shots I've seen, from the TV shots, from the big board shot at Oracle Park, it's quite clear he's safe. Just Took him long enough to say it. Last two seasons, the average time of a game was 3 hours and 9 minutes. This year, that time has been shaved by about 30 minutes. There's a little couple more attempts at a steal a game, and a higher success rate at stealing a base. That's through the whole base hit, 6-1 San Francisco. Or 5-1 San Francisco. God damn it, Buck. Can you pull Peterson already? He doesn't have the stuff today. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think he's had the stuff at all when it comes to when there's an odd number season. Even numbered seasons, he's fine. But odd number ones is when he's off. And this is a case where he is way off today. God damn it. Buck, get Peterson off the damn mound. Get someone up in the pen already, for God's sakes. Strike one. Conforto up next. He singled and scored on the 3-run bomb not by the guy behind him, Wilmer Flores, but the guy in the hole. This is a game on paper you'd think the Mets would win, but nope. With Peterson on the mound, it turns into a shit heap. First 18 innings in this series, the Giants only had 4 runs. This game, they've got 5 in the first 2. Throw to Alon. How is he safe? That was an out. Yeah, that's out. Either way, Bonehead Buck should just get someone up in the bullpen. Because again, I'm starting to be a dead horse with this. David Peterson is not working out, and your rotation is riddled with holes as it is. With more holes than Swiss fucking cheese going into this one. He's going to be safe. I just know it. I'm warning you, Peterson. Keep fucking up like this, and you're getting sent down to the minors. Or shipped off to the bullpen when Verlander or Quintana come back. And that burns the Mets challenge, so they have nothing left to challenge. Runners in the corners, RBI fielder's choice for Conforto. That's his 9th of the year. 6-1 San Francisco. Wake the fuck up, Mets! If there's one word to describe David Peterson this year, it's this: fraud. Just from this game alone, he's a fraud. Because of his inability to pitch properly. He's been throwing cookies. He can't find the strike zone this year for some damn reason. One and two. More importantly, he just gave up. He gave that run we got in the Mets got in the top of the second back to San Francisco with a bonus. Here's the 1-2. That's fouled off by Wilmer. That's foul off again. Once more to the left. On the game line. Sorry. Anyway, pop up. Lindor's got 2 down on the 2-2 pitch. Here's David VR, sack fly and an RBI. McNeil bobbles it, has to hurry back to first instead of tagging the runner for second. He gets the out, but 2 runs come home for the Giants. 3 hits and 2 stranded. Peterson is going out after this inning. 2 innings complete, 6-1 San Francisco. It'll be Nito, Nimmo, and Marte. And for those wondering why my normal partner in crime, Jose, is not in here, again, giving him time to grieve, number 1. And number 2, he's a Yankee fan, not a Met fan. I'm doing a Met call, not a Yankee one. Not even 2 innings into this game, and we're almost an hour in. This is the consequence of having someone who's as slow and inept, as incompetent as David Peterson pitching today. Who's tomorrow's pitcher for these? Who's pitching tomorrow night's matchup on ESPN? I get? Oh, Tyler McGill and who's the stripling kid? Ross Stripling. McGill looking to shake off his first loss of the year where he got basically pummeled by the Dodgers. Tomas Nino, strike one as he stared at it. Nino has not had a good year to start the season. Granted, catching for the Mets has been sucky all across the board, at least on the offensive end. Not so much of the defense. Slow roller, throw to first, got him. Like the yard, throw to first, got him. That's fouled off by Nemo on 1. In his first 5 starts, Logan Webb only had 5 runs of support. Today, he's got 6. Ball 1 on the outside. Up and out. Nemo to right field, and that ball is gone. It's out of here. Second home run of the trip and of the season for Nimmo, and it's now 6-2 San Francisco. The Mets get one of those runs back. Stand up, New York Met fans. Right in Triple's alley. Marte fouls that one off, 0-1. Nimmo just keeps bludgeoning pitchers. Marte gonna run bunt it. BR fires it. Not in time, he's safe. Infield hit by Starling Marte. Now the Mets are starting to get some going. And that's when they have Schick pitching. Ball 1 to Lindor. Marte takes off. Got him. That was an out. As soon as I say they get some cooking, they do something that's stupid. But then again, having that stiff neck is what could be costing Marte. Got him right on the top of the head. Well, regardless, that one got Marte on the top of the head, so he was out anyway. I don't know why Marte doesn't use the glove. 1-2. Fouled off by Lindor. They hit Alonso while he was in the on deck circle. Ball two. Lindor fouls that one off down the first baseline. Swung on a miss, strike three. Mets get 1 run back on a solo bomb by Nimmo, but nothing else. We're 2.5 complete. Can Peterson get himself in gear, or are they going to pull him out? We're going to find out. Bottom of the third coming up. Giants 6, Mets 2. Sorry, diversion. Crawford grounded out. Joey Bart's down 0-1. Sorry about that. Peterson swings and misses 0-2 as it fouled out of the glove. Don't know if that one got him, but either way, 1 and 2. It's a left center. Nimmo back to the track, and he's got it. 2 down. Top foul by Ramos, 0-1. Drag bunt, that's foul, 0-2. Sit down. Third strikeout of the day for Peterson. He gets out of that inning 1-2-3. We'll go to the fourth. We're a third of the way home, but the Mets trail 6-2. You see the view of Lombard Street, the crookedest street in this country, in the USA, in the heart of San Francisco. Webb will face Pete Alonso to lead off. He struck out on his first at bat. He got one off the end of the bat and left and lined out. Strike one. I'm back in the second. Ball one. Fouled off. 1-2. Alonso fouls that up again as it goes away from him. 1-2. And he just stared one that ricocheted out of the glove, strike three. Didn't even bother chasing it. He's 0 for 2. Neal, the slow dribbler. Crawford gets there, but not in time. Infield hit for McNeil's. Here's Canna, who got double last time. Drove home McNeil. Or he walked and scored on the Vogelback double, excuse me. Ball one. Just over an hour into this game, but I blame that on Met pitching. More so on bad pitching by Peterson, not on the pitch clock. I mean, the whole pitch clock mechanic is just dependent on who's pitching on the day that you watch the game. Caroline's one on the right, base hit. McNeil will have to hold up at second. Conforto will throw it in. The Mets have 2 men on and 1 man out, and Vogelbach, who's usually a pretty prime double play candidate, up at bat. He got a long double in the triples alley last time he was up. Strike one to Vogelbach. The wall triples alley was lower than maybe it would have been a homer, but regardless. Strike two. Vogie's not bothering to take a swing at these. Probably knowing if he does, it's either going to be a pop up or a ground or a GIDP. Mars take off through the third. They're going to get McNeil, but Canna will go to second. That was a dumb move. That was a dumb move on the double swipe. Bad decision making by the Mets here in this game. 1-2 to Vogie, and he got him swinging. Big mistake by the mistakes by the Mets. A 2-hit inning basically squandered on bad base running and a couple of strikeouts. 3.5 complete, 6-2 San Francisco. It's San Francisco 6, New York 2. Seriously, Jeff, no logic for that devil may care attitude. Dude running. Strike one to Wade Jr. 1-2. Sit down. Strikeout number 4 for Peterson. Ball 1. Dario Estrada, 2 for 2 so far with a couple of singles. Bounces off the glove of Beatty and into the outfield for another hit. Going for second, and he's going to get it. Someone get this son of a bitch out. Oh, it's an error. Never mind. Strike 1. So Beatty gets hit with a fielding error, and it's a runner on second and 1 out, and Darren Ruff up. Strike 2. Ball 1. Let's have him get back to calling Met games. My next call would be next week against Atlanta, at least on paper. After that, sit down, Ruffy. Then after that, I'd probably be at some point near the start or middle of May, or whenever the next Mets MLB.TV game is. I know technically that'd be Tuesday, but here's the problem: because I live closer to Washington, because of where I'm region locked. Why? Because their opponent is the Nationals. Strike 1, one to Conforto. With runners in scoring position this year, he's got 3 of his 4 homers and 7 of his 13 RBIs. Strike 2. Ball 1. It's fouled off. Ball two. Down swinging. And that ends the inning. 4 innings complete, 6-2 New York, one error, and that's all San Francisco can get off Peterson on that inning. If the Mets can fix this. Fouled off 0-2. Or 1 to Brett Beatty, who struck out in his first at bat. So the Mets are back up in the top of the fifth. They'll have Beatty, Nito, and Nimmo to lead up, queue up. That's fouled off again. Tipped it 0-2 in and out of the glove. Oh, 2 pitch to Beatty. And he just takes it. Ball one. Takes it up and out. Ball one. And Beatty goes down swinging again. Flies that one to the right, but it's going to go foul. Strike 2 as he swung and missed again. Ball one. Grounder, Crawford fires. Neo's out. 2 away. Well, the game is moving at a little faster of a clip now. Ball one to Nimmo. Last at bat, got one over the short porch fence in Triples Alley for a homer to cut the deficit to where it is now, 6-2. Ball two, 2-0. Wind blowing out from left to right field, from what I can see. 2-0 pitch. Backhand by Flores. He'll just run to the bag, step on it, and end the inning. So nothing across for the Mets in the fifth. Giants up next, 6-2 San Francisco through 4 as we are now halfway through this game. Well, the game's moving a little faster than I thought it would. But the question is, do you keep Peterson in? He gave up 6 runs in the first 2 innings alone. He's got to be around 70, 80 pitches at this point. 85 pitches at this point. There'll be a lot of big ones tomorrow. Green flag drops at 3, coverage at 2. Yeah, too bad if you're in a certain market, you can't watch it. Strike 1 to Wilmer. Flores, 85 pitches for Peterson. So this will probably be his last inning. That's fouled off, 0-2. Drive to left. It is out of here. He threw Wilmer a cookie to left. It's now 7-2 San Francisco. And if I'm Buck, get Wilmer. If I'm Buck, get Peterson out of there. Threw him a cookie. And that one's driven to center field. And Nimmo's got it as he crashes into the wall. Didn't really need to jump for it, but still got it. Strike one. One to Crawford, who basically busted the doors off back in the first with a 3-run bomb. Strike two. What number homer was that for Wilmer? His third on the year. The NBA, it's 95-91 Suns over the Clippers right now. 0-2, got him swinging. Sit down. That's K number 7 for Peterson. But again, this will probably be the last inning for Peterson, regardless of what happens. 5 innings, 7 runs, 7 hits, 7 strikeouts. One walk, 2 homers coughed up. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Ball one. Ball two. Ball three. Strike two. Guy I'm staring at. So Pearson will finish a rough day with 8 strikeouts, 1 walk, 7 runs, 7 hits, 2 homers coughed up. Going to be Marte, Lindor, and Alonso to lead off the 6th for the Mets. Due up in the 6th for the Mets. Five minutes left at the Crypto Arena. Biden's going to fuck over the country this time. Environmental justice. What a piece of dog shit. People wonder why Biden deserves to die. That said, let's get back to this game. 7-2. Brett Wisely moves in the center, replacing Ramos. I don't know why. Strike one to Starling Marte, who got an infield hit back in the third inning, but nothing came out of it. Ball one. Ball two. Strada the second from bouncer the second. Marte didn't even bother trying to beat that one out. Monday NFS1, the A's take on the Angels. Let's see if the lowly A's can get right the ship that's sinking, even though they know they're going to be gone and heading to Vegas within the next 3 to 4 years. I really wish it would have come to Charlotte. Fly ball, straightaway center, playable for Wisely. Got it. Through his first 551 games, Pete Alonso has gotten 156 homers, 403 RBIs, and Rookie of the Year stats, 2 All-Stars, and a home run batting title. Comparable to him, Aaron Judge of the Yankees, who in his first 551, 149 home runs, 344 RBIs, 2 All-Star game appearances, and a batting title, and a homer title. Judge getting it in his rookie year in 2017. Alonso doing that 2 years later in 2019. Ball one. He fouls that one off. 1-1. As far as the all-time Mets home run leaders, he's 96 away from Darryl Strawberry, 26 and 36 from Howard Johnson. Swing and a miss on that one. 1-2. And he just stared at it. Pete, what are you doing? Swing at that pitch, you dumbass. 5.5 innings complete. 7-2 San Francisco. God damn it. I wonder if this is a sign that the Rangers are going to lose tonight. I hope not. I really give a damn about Texas. Give a damn about the New York Rangers. And just for the record, folks, after the 29th, I'm going to take some time off to let my StreamYard hours replenish, or I'm just going to do very small things. I think the next thing I'm going to do after the game against Atlanta, between the Mets and Atlanta on the 29th, probably on May 4th and 5th, cover the best, do my May 4th or 5th, do my picks with Destiny, with Mega Man and G for the Best of the Super Juniors 30th anniversary event. For the best of 30th anniversary of the Best of the Super Juniors tournament over in New Japan. Ow. Just hope the Astros win tonight so the Mets can at least keep the pace if they lose this one. And it'll be Edwin Uceta, who I've never heard of. This is his first appearance this year. 33-year veteran, 24 games. He'll pitch the sixth. Cracks one to right to left. Cannon gets it at the track to make the catch on, was that Crawford up at the plate? Oh, it was Wisely, excuse me. Strike one. That's hammered down the line and right, but it's going to hook foul. 1-2. 1-1. Or 1-2. Ball two. 2-2. Ball three. Full count. Well, Clippers about to be in a 3-1 hole. Ball four. USFL season will continue up late after this game is over. It'll be the Memphis Showboats against the USFL champion in Birmingham Stallions. Dario Strada up next. He's reached on error, scored 2 singles, a stolen base, and gotten home on a sac fly and something else I don't remember. That one's fouled off. 1-1. 0-1. Ground ball. That's fouled. 0-2. So, it's down swinging. Strike one. Strike two. That's fouled off. Aaron almost hits him 2-2. Ground is short. Linder will fire it to McNeil, and he'll get the force to end the inning. 6 innings complete. No runs. 1 walk. Seven to 2, San Francisco. It's San Francisco 7, New York 2. I'll be right back. Looks like they're trying to set up the back. Honestly, be honest, that feels rushed. Be honest, me at least, that feels kind of rushed. Doesn't it feel a little rushed? Tree heel group, or at least got through her. John very busy. Well, most. Ruby herself is going to have to go less terrible now an individual has dealt with a lot of grim stuff, but now has accepted the negativity and has found a way to let it go. Living within herself. And essentially learn to let it go. Logan Webb threw 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 7 strikeouts, and a walk. This will be his 7th inning of work. He faces McNeil, who is one of the only Mets to get on base multiple times on him. He's walked and singled. He singled back in the 4th, but he got picked off in that same inning. Ball 2. Strike 1. It'll be McNeil, Canna, and Vogelbach for the Mets in this 7th. Bounced right back to the mound, throw to first. Flores was off the bag. He'll back up and put it in his pocket and step on the bag. 1 down. Yankees get a 3-2 win over the Jays and move back into 3rd in the AL East. For sole possession of it. Canna takes strike 1. That's chopped up the middle. Crawford throws to Flores, 2 down. Mets are just not showing any discipline at the plate today. Around the league yesterday, Drew Smiley nearly threw a perfect game. Zach Gallen, 21 and a third consecutive innings pitch, scoreless, and Shohei Ohtani, season at his season ERA, a season low 0.54. Ball one to Vogie, who has an RBI double and a strikeout. Ball two. Strike one as he doesn't even bother to swing at one on the middle, high middle edge of the plate. Strike two as again he doesn't even bother to swing. Swing, you son of a bitch! Ball three. Payoff pitch to Vogie. Fouls it off. Of course, the Buccos were NL East champs in '92. This was before the Braves moved out of the West to the East. And they got gypped in the league title game, the league title matchup. And Vogie swings and misses. Time to stretch. 7-2 San Francisco. It's the Giants 7 and the Mets 2. Conforto flies one to the left. Canis Andre trying to find in the sun, nearly loses it, but he's able to catch it. soon as this ball game's over, I'm gonna go get dinner. I think I've burned almost 5 hours the last couple of days on this thing. Strike one. I mean, the pitch clock has helped speed this along a lot more, so I'm not getting drained of my hours as quickly as I usually am. Here's Flores. Flores hit a homer in his last, he smashed one over the left field fence. His last at bat back in the fifth. Ball two. Flores fouls that one off down the left field line, 2-2. Mets hits in this game today, 5 for 2 runs. 3 former Mets have hit for 3 runs. Gotten 3 hits for 3 runs. That one's popped up. Alonso calling off McNeil, and he's going to get it. 2 down. Strike. Ball 2. Ball 3. Phoenix beats out the Clippers 112-100. Clippers now on the brink of elimination in the NBA West Conference first round. Next up, Game 3 between Miami and Milwaukee. He gets walked. And a walk to Wisely. Let's look at the April-May schedule for the Mets. After this series, they'll get a day off on Monday, 3 against Washington, 4 against Atlanta, then head off for 4 in Detroit, 3 in Colorado, another day off on the 8th, 3 in Cincinnati, 3 in Washington, and 3 in Washington between now and the 14th of May. Ball 1 on the outside. Mets are going to Met one way or another this year. Strike 2. Oh, it's a 4-game series with the Nationals. A couple of afternooners. I don't know why. With 3 of the 4 games being afternooners, May 13th through 15th. I don't know why. Just don't ask me. Okay, 1-2, throw. Got him that time. So the Mets get out of there with a catch stealing on a walk. But again, they are still down by 5 going into the 8th. Can their bats wake the fuck up? They haven't gotten a hit since like the 4th. Anyway, after that series with the Nationals, they get the hottest team in the majors in general, the Tampa Bay Rays, May 16th through 18th. Then they host the Guardians, May 19th through the 20th. Then off for 6 in Chicago and Denver with the Cubs and Rockies. Take Memorial Day off, have 3 with the Phillies, 3 with the Jays, go to Atlanta, then go to Atlanta and Pittsburgh to start their June sprint. Then have the 2-game Subway Series with the Yankees at home, 3 with St. Louis, then off to Houston and Philadelphia, 4 with the Brewers, 3 with these Giants again to end June and start July. Then 4th of July week, they go to Arizona and back to San Diego, and that closes out their pre-All-Star schedule before going to Seattle. Then they'll kick it off with the Dodgers. I might be able to call the game on the 15th. Then they'll host Chicago, the White Sox, visit the Red Sox and Yankees, host the Nationals for 4, take on the Royals for 3 to start August, and then go to Baltimore for 3. 3 with Chicago at home, 3 with Atlanta at home, 3 with Pittsburgh at home, 4 with St. Louis on the road, 3 with Atlanta on the road, 3 with the Angels at home, and 3 with the Rangers at home to end August. Start September, 3 with Seattle at home, 2 with the Nationals, 3 with the Twins, 4 with the Diamondbacks, 4 with the Reds on my birthday weekend, 3 with the at home on the road with the Marlins, which is one of the last times they'll play the Miami. Then they'll visit Philly for 4, 3 with Miami, 4 with and 3 with Philly to close it out. Mets will send Beatty, Nito, and Nimmo to the mound, into the plate. They face Alexander. They will face, and they'll go up against setup man Scott Alexander. No walks and 5 strikeouts in his 8 pop-ups. Goes over the mound. Base hit for Beatty. Leadoff single. That's a good start for the Mets in this inning. Being on the first pitch. His only blemish is an RBI double by Daniel Vogelbach in the second, and a homer by Brandon Nimmo in the third in the triples alley. Here's Tomas Nido. Nearly gets hit, ball 1. He was grounded out twice, reducing his batting average to 10%. Sooner the bias gets back, the better. Neil fouls that one off to right, 1-1. Neil with a drag bunt. Throw. Gets away from Flores. And does Beatty move to third? Or yes, he does. And that's an E5 on that one. Or E3, depending on how you want to look at it. Drag bunt by Nito. It does its job to move Beatty over to second. Oh, that was the pitcher who threw it away. And Nito barely doesn't even... Yeah, that wasn't even close. That's an error on Flores for not being able to field that one. E3. Oh, they're giving him a hit? That's odd. In any case, runners on the corners, nobody out. And Nimmo up at the plate, who is 1 for 3 today with a solo bomb. Bomb to triples alley. Giants pitching, 379 from the starters, 547 from their bullpen this year. With the Mets, it's been the opposite. Starting pitching has been horrible, but the bullpen has been more than able to compensate. Of course, the main reason, a certain bug has bitten the Mets rotation right out of the box. And I'm referring to injuries, not COVID. Fouled off by Nimmo, 0-1. Swept Oakland, took 2 out of 3 from LA, and have taken 2 out of the first 3 so far from San Francisco. Chopper back to the mound. 1-6. Not in time, but Beatty wisely chose not to move, chose to not go off first. Instead, they'll trade one man for another on the base pads. Yep, he's safe. Let's see what Marte can do. Let's see if he can drive someone home, or is it going to lead to a double play ball? Marte's been notorious for hitting those this year. Marte hit a single in his last at bat, and he got picked off he got caught stealing in his last at bat. Back in the third inning, Marte got a single, but he got caught stealing on the base pads. But he got caught trying to steal second. One ball, no strikes. Line in the left base hit. Beatty will score easily. Mets are now down by 4. It's a 7-3 ball game. Nimmo will go to second. RBI single for Starling Marte. If the Mets can get one more man on, it would bring Alonso up as a tying run. I heard the bat shatter when he swung it, when he hit it. In any case, here's Lindor. Ball 1. Guess the closer is getting ready to warm up. Ground out, strikeout, and fly out for Lindor. Ball 2. Runners on first and second. 1 out. Don't need a double play here, Lindy. That's fouled off. 2-1. Of course, this would be similar to that comeback they had against Philadelphia last year if they're able to pull this one off. The first comeback, that is. Ball 3. Now, if it goes full, do you advance the runners or not? Personally, I wouldn't. Alonso is also 0 for 3 today with a strikeout, a fly out, and a ground out. Lindor gets under that one. Not very deep. Wisely will take it and make the catch. No runner moves up. The runners don't move up. 2 away. So no chance at the tying run. So Pete can only get them within 1 at best. At worst, it'll be an out. Really got under that one, Lindor. Should have just let that one go. Here's Pete Alonso. He struck out twice, and he's lined out to center. He'll need to fucking swing here. He does, but it's a force out. So the Mets get 1 and nothing else out of it. You get 1 in the inning, but nothing out. On an RBI single by Lindor, but unfortunately, nothing else. And leave 2 on the base pads. 7.5 complete, 7-3 San Francisco. San Francisco 7, New York 3. Those wondering why I'm a little glum, I didn't get a job I applied for at Culver's. I think that negative energy is kind of feeding back into the game, but I don't know. Guess the new option is if I'm going to have to get a public service job, a customer service job, I'm going to have to lie and say that I am good with people. If that goes against everything I stand for. Crawford will start off. He hit the homer that basically blew the doors off right out of the box for the break for the Giants. Ball one from Uceta. That's popped up. You're gonna get it. No. 1-1. It's one of those days where the sun is so bright you can barely see, isn't it? Swing and a miss, strike two. Ball two. Ball three. That's fouled off. "13 years as a Giant for this guy. Payoff. Got him. Let's check in with Kevin with the Dodgers and Cubs, where the Dodgers just basically decimated the Cubs today. Final score 9-4 in the north half of the Windy City. Max Muncy with 2 homers to put him tied with Pete at 10. Ball one. Two count. That's fouled off by Bart. 2, ball 3. And he gets walked. And Bart gets walked. And Jimmy Yacobonis is warming up in the bullpen for the Mets. He's been a pretty good, reliable bullpen arm since his call up, especially after the Max Scherzer suspension. I think this is game 3 of that 10-game suspension. Do the math right. The Mets won't get him back in time for the Atlanta series. They'll get him in time for the series against the Tigers. Ground ball. Alonso to second for 1. Over back to first. Not in time. Hymas wisely beats it out. He beats the throwback. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 on the curve. Strike 2. Ball 1. There you go. Yes, he did. Strike 3. Sit down. And that ends the 8th. Mets have one last chance to get back in this. 8 innings complete. 7-3. San Francisco. They'll send McNeil, Canna, and Vogelbach to the plate. Milo Doval comes out. McNeil gets ready. Here's the pitch. Strike one. I never heard this Doval guy. McNeil had, again, single in the fourth. He's one of the only Mets to get a hit today. McNeil, good range by Estrada, throws it to Flores, one down. It looks like this one could be a big win for the Giants, something they need. For the Mets, this will only be their second loss on their 10-game West Coast swing. They'll have one more West Coast swing at the end of the year, near the end of the year, when they come back to California for a few rounds for a couple of games with San Diego. As I mentioned, at some point just before the All-Star break in July. Here's Canna, strike one. Canna singled, walked, and he scored a run. That one's way out of the zone, 1-1. Strike two. Bouncer to third. VR with a long throw. It's offline. That's an infield hit. Here's Vogelbach. That one's up and away. Ball one. Vogelbach had the first Met run with an RBI double in the second, but he has struck out twice since. Ball two. Yeah, they never did that one. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Never got beyond the silver chair. Strike two. Come on, Bogey, you dumbass. Swing at this, you son of a bitch. Ball three. Yeah, pitch in the way. Here it comes. Bogey fouls that one off. Here's the payoff to Bogey. That one's fouled off. Here comes payoff. Rip down the line. That's a fair ball. Heading for the corner. Canada's going to head home. Oh, it's foul. Never mind. 3-2 pitch. Foul off. Hit the bat twice, so that's a foul ball. And that hit the bat twice, so foul ball. Bogey is putting up a fight on this at bat. I'll give him that much. Payoff pitch in the way again. Pitch clock violation. That's an automatic ball. Vogelbach will be walked. Never mind. Here's the payoff pitch again. Or not. And Vogie will step out. This is going to take fucking forever to get this figured out. Come on, Doval. Now what? Fans getting pissed, and I do not blame them. Can we finally get this payoff pitch going? Yes. And again, Vogie doesn't even bother. He strikes out because this time he doesn't even bother to swing at it. 2 down. Dude, if they're coming inside, just swing at them. Stop debating now. Strike 1. Scored in the 8th on a Lindor single. Fouled off the plate, 0-2. Mets down to their final strike, but you might as well put the nail in the coffin with Beatty at bat. Oh, 2. Ball 1. Ball 2. Canada's not moving on that one. Canada moves to second on fielder's indifference. 2-2. Line to left. And drops for a hit. Canada will score 7-4. Brett Beatty with an RBI single. It's now 7-4 Mets. They're still alive. And it'll be Luis Guillorme pinch hitting for Tomas Nido, which means if the Mets do tie this game at 7 somehow, or get the lead and make it 8-7, it'll be Francisco Alvarez at the plate, behind the plate. Strike 1 to Guillorme. Beatty takes second on fielder's indifference yet again. Grounder to second. Estrada will scoop it up. Throw to Flores. Game over. Giants win. Final score 7-4 for San Francisco. Mets had a chance to take the lead in the NL East. Can't capitalize. Murder the first time, damn it. Anyway, now they gotta hope that Houston beats Atlanta tonight. Regardless, let's run down the numbers. For the Mets, 4 runs on 10 hits, an error. Giants, 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors. 4 of the 7 runs for the Giants coming on the long ball. Winning pitcher, Logan Webb, he went 7 innings, giving up 2 runs on 5 hits, walked 1, struck out 8. He improves to 1-4 on the year. David Peterson gets hit with the L. He drops to 1-3 after going 5 innings with 5, giving up 7 runs, 7 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, and 2 home runs. In front of a crowd of 29,912 in a game that went 2 hours and 35 minutes. Well, at least this pitch clock bullshit is panning out fairly well. Well, and speeding the game up. In any case, leave a comment, smash the like, sub to the channel. I want to thank anyone who did bother to show up in the stream and leave a few comments here and there. Let's blew this one. Let's see if we can get 3 out of 4 tomorrow night. McGill's on the mound. Let's see if he can recover from his outing on Tuesday. This is Mets 128 signing out. So until then, I must bid you adieu. So goodbye. Good fucking night. Bang.